Hello, this is Samantha Carden, and I am going to be doing the KIN 3073 video assignment number 2. So right here you see me doing my warm-up. The purpose of a warm-up in exercise is to prepare your body and mind for more strenuous physical activity. A proper warm-up can increase heart rate and blood flow to the muscles, which helps supply oxygen and nutrient to the muscles. Raise body temperature, which can improve muscle elasticity and reduce the risk of injury. Improve joint mobility and flexibility, which can enhance your range of motion and decrease the likelihood of joint pain or injury. Activate the nervous system, which can help improve coordination and reaction time. Mentally prepare you for the upcoming exercise or workout, which can help improve focus and performance. Overall, a good warm-up helps you to optimize your physical and mental state for exercise, which can help you get the most out of your workout and reduce the risk of injury. So right now you see me doing my 2 minutes of jump ropes. As you can see, I did take 2 different sessions simply because I am not in as ideal a physical shape as I probably should be. But I am doing that 2 minutes of jump ropes in order to raise my heart rate and really get that blood flow pumping. Upcoming, you can see me going into doing 2 minutes of walking on the track, or in other words, since the track wasn't available for me at the time because of something that ROTC was doing or the Air Force was doing, I was walking on concrete back and forth. Honestly, whatever works, just walking outdoors, getting that breath of fresh air, that works. So whatever you can do to get that breath of fresh air, you can go ahead and walk and do that to get that blood raised, the body temperature raised. And then after this, I'm going to be doing 2 minutes of walking up and down a hill, which is excellent for getting that blood pumping, but also activating those muscles and ensuring that you will be ready for this upcoming exercise. Now I'm going to go over the general outline of my video assignment number 2. So for the warm-up, as you can see, I have already gone through the jump roping and the outdoor walk is what I'm doing now. But then I'm going to follow this by doing 2 minutes of walking uphill and downhill, followed by the specific warm-up of exercises and activities, which include deep lunge walks for a minute, lunge twists for a minute, butt kicks for a minute, and pogo jumps of 3 sets of 15 seconds while taking a small break in between. Then we move on to our main program segment.
Exercise modality number 1 being quickness /reaction drills with a partner and no equipment. Exercise number 1, reactive changing direction drill at the command of a partner, with the 3 variations being number 1, backpedaling and sprinting for a minute, number 2, sprinting and sprinting for a minute, and number 3, shuffling for a minute. Exercise number 2 being reactive varying speed drill, calling out speeds 1 through 3, 3 being the fastest and 1 being jog. Variation number 1 being call out in order of 1, 2, 3 on repeat. Variation number 2 being call out in order of 3, 2, 1 on repeat. Variation number 3 being calling out in a random order. Exercise modality number 2 being lower body plyometrics with or without equipment. Exercise number 1, bounds, with 3 variations being skip for a minute, backward skip for a minute, and side skip for a minute, with the second exercise being multiple hops and jumps, with the 3 variations, which are double leg hop, single leg hop, and double leg zigzag hop. Then on to exercise modality number 3, which are resisted sprint exercises. Exercise number 1 being incline for acceleration, So the 3 variations of these are going to be start in a forward sprint position for 3 times going up the hill. Variation number 2 being start in backward position going 3 times up the hill. Variation number 3, start in prone lying position for 3 times up a hill, with the second exercise being partner resisted band sprints. But the 3 variations being pretty similar to that first one, which are start in forward position and start in backward position and start in prone lying position. Fourth exercise modality being agility ladder drills, with the first exercise forward drills with 3 variations, both feet in each box run, straddle squat hops, and high knees with both feet in each box. Number 2, we're going to be exercise lateral drills for those ladders, the variations being in and out shuffle bilaterally 2 times forward and back, with variation number 2 being 180-degree rotations done also bilaterally. Variation number 3 being 2 in, 2 out, laterally faced.
With the variations being 1, shuffle, sprint, shuffle,
well.
2,
Modality
sprint,
number
sprint, sprint.
5 are going to be closed
3,
agility
sprint, shuffle,
drills
sprint.
with cones.
Exercise number
and
2
I use
being
t-shirts
cone
for
alley
these.
with 6 cones
Exercise number
alternating.
1, Z
Variation
drill.
1 being sprint to each cone, 2, sprint, then backtrack, 3, backtrack to each one. Exercise modality number 6 is going to be open agility drills with cones. And so that is going to have 2 exercises. The first one being 4 cone sprints with directions given. Variation number 1, directions are given through pointing. Variation number 2, directions are given through voicing the assigned color, and that's going to be for a minute. Variation number 3, contrasting directions are given through voicing and pointing, with only one being live at a time. 1 minute for voice and 1 minute for pointing. And then for that exercise number 2, it's going to have 1 central cone with 3 forward outside cones being on the outside with directions given, kind of fanned out in a position like you will see it whenever we get to that exercise. The 3 variations of this exercise are going to be number 1, directions given through voicing assigned color for 1 minute. Number 2, contrasting directions are given through voicing and pointing, with only one being live at a time. 1 minute for voice and 1 minute for pointing. And number 3, directions are given through pointing for 1 minute. And then we get into our cool down. The cool down segment starts with an outdoor walk for 4 minutes, goes into a forward-backward leg swings, 30 seconds each bilaterally. The third being lunge walk with a thoracic twist, 1 minute back and forth. The fourth being seated lean back for 30 seconds. Fifth being behind neck stretch for 30 seconds. 6, cross arm in front of chest for 30 seconds each bilaterally. 7th being sitting toe touch with feet dorsiflex for 30 seconds. 8th being sitting toe touch with feet plantar flex for 30 seconds. And then we go into a straddle for 30 seconds, and then a straddle with leaning towards each leg, holding foot for 15 seconds each bilaterally. And now I'm going to go into talking about our first modality, which is quickness reaction drills with a partner. For the following modality, which we are going to be getting into, which is the quickness and reaction drills for a partner. Quickness and reaction drills with a partner can provide several benefits, including improved motor or improved coordination. Partner drills require coordination and synchronization between partners. Practicing these drills regularly can improve your coordination and timing, which can help with your overall movement and athletic performance. Enhance reaction time. Reaction drills require you to quickly respond to your partner's cues, which can help improve your reaction time. This can be particularly beneficial for sports or activities that require quick reflexes, such as basketball or martial arts. Increased agility. Quickness drills often involve quick changes of direction and lateral movement, which can improve your agility and ability to be and move fluidly in multiple directions. They are fun and engaging. Partner drills can add an element of fun and competition to your workout, which can make it more enjoyable and motivating. I definitely can attest to this, as the ones in which there were partners definitely were so much fun to be doing with my friend here, who is named Lynn, and she's amazing. The social benefits. Partner drills can also provide a social element to your workout as you work with a partner and communicate with each other throughout the drills. Overall, quickness and reaction drills with a partner can provide a challenging and dynamic workout that can improve your coordination, reaction time, agility, and overall athletic performance, while also adding a fun and social element to your training. This drill you see me doing here is going to be the reactive changing direction drill at the command of a partner. If you listen closely, you can hear me or Lynn yelling change, and that is the type of drill. That's whenever they are indicated to change direction, the person working out. This type of drill can help improve the mover's reaction time, agility, and ability to quickly change direction, while also improving the communication skills between the partners. It can be a fun and engaging way to add variety to your workout routine and challenge your body in new ways. This is really good for sports like soccer, football, rugby, lacrosse. In other words, any sport where changing direction in a variety of ways quickly is vital. And so the first variation of this exercise is going to be backpedaling, and then as the person yells change, they change into sprinting, and you're going to be doing this for a minute, and then they're going to be doing sprinting, and as they yell change, going into backpedaling, and this is going to be for a minute as well. And then the third, as you can see here, are going to be sprinting, pivot, sprinting, and this is going to be for a minute as well. And you can see that Lynn is doing the sprinting, pivot, sprinting one right now, and that's about to come to a conclusion, and we're going to go into exercise number 2, which is reactive varying speed drill, calling out speeds 1 to 3, 3 being the fastest and 1 being a jog. This type of drill can be useful in improving reaction time, agility, and overall athletic performance. Reactive varying speed drills can be applicable to a wide range of sports and activities, particularly those that require quick changes of speed. Here are a few examples of sports in which reactive varying speed drills could be useful. 1, track and field. Track and field athletes need to be able to change their speed quickly during sprints and distance runs. Reactive varying speed drills can help improve an athlete's ability to adjust their speed in response to the race conditions and to maintain good form and technique.
20 seconds.
2, baseball. Baseball players need to be able to quickly accelerate and decelerate on the field, whether they are running the bases, chasing a fly ball, or making a defensive
10
play.
seconds.
Reactive varying speed drills can help improve a player's ability to change speed quickly and efficiently, which can be particularly important in stealing bases or running down a fly ball. Overall, the reactive varying speed drills can be useful for any sport or activity that requires quick changes of speed and can help improve overall athletic performance and athlete speed, reaction time, and so you're able to get all of that done nice and quick with just this nice and easy drill. And so the variations of this drill that I am performing here are going to be variation number 1, call out in order of 1, 2, 3 on repeat for 1 minute. Variation number 2, call out the order in the order of 3, 2, 1 on repeat for 1 minute, which I believe is what you can see me doing
3,
here.
2,
And then
1.
Variation number 3, call out in a random order, which now you can see me doing here, and I'm going to be doing this for 1 minute. This is the one where it really challenges your mental capacity, where you're able to truly get that mental workout as well as a physical workout. And now before the next exercise starts, I can go ahead and start talking about the next modality, which is the next modality is going to be lower body plyometrics, with or without equipment. And so
20 seconds.
I can go ahead and explain that now before we actually get into doing that video-wise. Lower
10
body
seconds.
plyometrics, whether done with or without equipment, can offer a range
3,
of benefits
2,
for athletes and
1.
fitness enthusiasts looking to improve their lower body power, explosiveness, and overall athletic performance. Here are a few potential benefits of incorporating lower body plyometrics into your exercise routine. Number 1, improve power and explosiveness. Plyometrics involve explosive movements that help develop fast twitch muscle fibers, which are responsible for generating quick and powerful movements. By incorporating lower body plyometrics into your training routine, you can improve your lower body power and explosiveness, which can be beneficial for a wide range of sports and activities. Number 2, increase speed and agility. Plyometrics
20
involve
seconds.
Plyometric exercises involve quick, explosive movements that can help improve your speed and agility, as well as your ability to change direction
5,
quickly. This can
4,
be particularly
3,
beneficial for sports
2,
like basketball,
1.
soccer, and football, where speed and agility are important factors for success. Number 3, better balance and coordination. Many plyometric exercises require a high degree of balance and coordination, which can help improve your overall body control and stability. This can be useful for a wide range of activities, from running and jumping to weightlifting and gymnastics, as well as just everyday living, so plyometrics is beneficial for everyone, especially the elderly. Number 4, improved bone density. Plyometric exercises can also help improve bone density, particularly in the lower body. This can be beneficial for athletes and fitness enthusiasts looking to reduce their risk of osteoporosis and other bone-related injuries. And number 5, minimal equipment required. Many lower body plyometric exercises can be done with little or no equipment, making them a convenient and accessible option for athletes and fitness enthusiasts looking to add a variety of options to their workout. Overall, incorporating lower body plyometrics into your exercise can offer a wide range of benefits for your athletic performance and overall health and fitness. However, it's important to always use proper form, as always, when we're performing these exercises, and to start with a lower intensity and progress gradually to avoid injury. And so for these exercises, you can see, number 1, I am doing bounds. And so I'm doing a lot of different forms of skipping here. Number 1 variation going to be that forward skip that I've already completed for 1 minute, and then variation number 2 is going to be a backward skip, which you can see me coaching and encouraging my friend Lynn on. She's going to be doing this for 1 minute as well. And my variation number 3, which is going to be a side skip for 1 minute, and that would be an excellent way to go ahead and work on some asymmetries if you have any of those happening, or so you can do it like bilaterally or unilaterally in order to compensate for any asymmetries that might be present in your body. As you can see, I am moving steadily, trying to keep my knees off the ground, keeping that momentum going and not allowing myself to get into that state of rest. Unlike rubber bands, our bodies need that split-second period of time from the contraction of the muscle to the extension of it. So you're making sure to do it quite quickly in this exercise. And as you can see, I'm doing them bilaterally in this movement. And soon I'll be going into multiple hops and jumps, with the first one being a double leg hop. The double leg hop intensity level is going to be medium, with the direction of the jump being horizontal and vertical. Your starting position is getting into a nice and comfortable upright stance with your feet being shoulder width apart, your arms having a double arm preparatory movement at the beginning, and then beginning with a counter movement and an upward movement of jumping as far as possible, which you can see me doing here. Of course, different people are going to have different levels of how far they're able to jump, but you're just jumping as far as you possibly can. And the downward movement of landing in the starting position and immediately repeating the hop. And then I'm going to be going into my number 2, which is single leg hop. And I'm going to be doing this 1 minute with a little bit of rest in between sets as well. And so this single leg hop is going to be a high level of intensity. The direction of the jump is going to be horizontal and vertical, with the starting position of a comfortable upright stance on one foot. The non-jumping leg is held in a stationary position with knee flexed during the exercise. The arm is going to have a double arm preparatory movement, beginning with a counter movement, and your upward movement is going to be explosively jumping forward using both of your arms to assist, with a downward movement of landing in the starting position and immediately repeating the hop. And I did this on the opposite leg each time after a little bit of a rest, so that I could get this bilaterally with just a small rest in between. And so you're going to be doing that for a minute. And then with exercise number 3, which you will see me getting into very, very soon, it is a double leg zigzag hop, which you can see me coaching my friend Lynn on right now. For this exercise, the intensity level is going to be pretty high. The direction is going to be diagonal, with the equipment being either hurdles, or you can see what I used is a line, so that you can be jumping it in a zigzag pattern. So your starting position is going to be in a comfortable upright stance with feet being shoulder width apart. Standing on the outside of the line, shoulders should be flexed at 90 degrees and held at the sides of the body, with the arms being a double arm preparatory movement, beginning with the counter movement, and the upward movement being jump from the outside of the line to the outside of the other side of the line, keeping the shoulders perpendicular to the line through the center. Downward movement is going to be immediately upon landing, being able to change direction and jump diagonally over the second hurdle. Now you can see me going into the exercise modality number 3, which is resisted sprint exercises. Resisted sprint exercises are exercises that involve sprinting while facing resistance. This resistance can be provided by various means, such as resistance bands, sleds, parachutes, or inclines. These exercises are designed to improve an athlete's speed, power, and explosiveness by forcing them to work harder against the resistance. Resisted sprint exercises can be useful for athletes in sports requiring quick bursts of speed and explosive movements such as football, basketball, soccer, and track and field. However, it's always important to use proper form when performing these exercises, of course. That is always the case. Now you can see me doing exercise 1, which is incline for acceleration. Incline resisted sprints are a type of resisted sprint exercise that involves sprinting on an incline first surface while facing resistance. So the incline is particularly effective for improving acceleration, as they require you to generate that extra force. And you can see me doing all of the different variations in this, and I'll be doing this in the different types of positions. I'll be going 3 times up that hill in each position and variation. These exercises can be very demanding on the body, so they should always be used with caution and proper warm-up and cool-down being used as always, and that's the case with pretty much every exercise. And so the 3 variations that I'm using in this exercise in particular are going to be variation 1, starting in a forward sprint position. So that's just your normal run-of-the-mill. You're just sprinting up that hill, going up and down. And you can see me walking down and that being my rest in between. It's like an active rest in between my sprints. And so variation 1 is starting in that forward sprint position. Variation number 2, as you can see me doing now, is doing the starting in a backwards position. So you have to turn around and be nice and on your feet. Really good for that agility I'll be doing that 3 times, going up the hill and down each time. And then variation number 3, which you will see me getting into very, very soon in right now, is starting in a prone lying position. And I'm going to be doing that 3 times up the hill and walking down. And so all of these are going to be excellent for being able to add in a little bit of agility for that resisted sprint exercise, which is incredibly useful in many, many different areas. And so, yeah, you can see me starting, and I try to get back into that position, that prone lying position, which is going to be your head to the floor. And then I count myself down, and I'm running right up on that hill. It's a bit more difficult than it looks if y'all have ever walked by the UTSA Rec Athletics, Roadrunner Athletic Center. It is quite the hill. Luckily, I didn't have to go all the way up, but even just to that point, it is definitely a hefty hill. And so I'm just going on into my 3rd time up that hill now. And I'll be doing this and then be walking right back down and then be getting into my exercise number 2, which you will see very soon is going to be a partner resistance band sprint. And so we'll be getting into that in 3, 2, 1. There we go. So you can see me and my friend Lynn, very small, but you can see it there, doing our partner resistance band sprints. So it's going to be sprinting while facing resistance. In this exercise, a resistance band is attached to the athlete and then held by a partner who provides resistance by pulling back on the band as the athlete sprints forward. Partner resistance band sprints can be useful exercise for athletes in team sports, as well as they can simulate game situations where the athlete must accelerate and sprint while being resisted by the opponent. This exercise can help athletes improve their power, explosiveness, and reaction time. One advantage of partner resisted sprints is that they allow for a degree of variability in resistance, as the partner can adjust the amount of resistance provided based on the athlete's ability and goals. Additionally, this exercise can be performed in a variety of settings, including on a track, field, or court. As you can see, I am just doing it all here on a sidewalk. And of course, you should be using a regular band, but as I do not own any bands, I just used the bottom part of a t-shirt, and see, that works. So we're making do with what we got, and exercise and athleticism is available for anyone, and barriers should not be put in front of people. But you can see me, and you can see that the components still work. And so the 3 variations that I'm using in this exercise in particular are going to be starting in a forward sprint position, and I'm going to be doing that 3 times from light post to light post. And then variation number 2, starting in a backwards position 3 times from light post to light post. And then the 3rd variation being starting in a prone lying position, doing this 3 times as well from light post to light post. And so me and my friend Lynn are demonstrating all of these different variations available. Throughout these 2 exercises, the variations being different starting positions enable someone to really improve their agility from any position, which would aid especially in sports like soccer, where people might get knocked down. And so you can see me and Lynn demonstrating all of those different variations 3 times, going back from light post to light post, while my friend Adriana is filming us from a bit further back, so you're able to get the full view of what we're doing. And right now you can see us doing that last set, I believe, of the starting in a backwards position variation. And so this is an excellent exercise, especially soccer. Maybe I'm Another exercise would be, or another example of where this specific exercise would be especially useful to be used in practice would be football or rugby, where people are directly like pushing up against you and you need to resist that and really push past that. And so this resisted exercise really allows you to understand the power and the coordination that's needed in order to resist opposing forces that are being pushed against you in order to push past it and gain control of what you're doing. And pretty soon you're going to be seeing me in a bit of a different setting doing my exercise modality number 4, which I chose to be agility ladder drills. And although I do not own ladder drills myself, I was able to nab them from one of my other classes, hence the different setting, because I had to do it while I was in class, or before class started for one of my other classes, which if it's kinesiology, of course I had class in the rec center. And so I used the ladder from that specific class. And so I'll be explaining the benefits of ladder drills pretty soon as that comes up. And you can enjoy me having difficulty running while being under a resistance band. So there you go. As you can see, I'm finishing that up. And very, very soon I'll be doing that agility ladder drills. And here we go. Agility ladder drills are a type of footwork exercise that involve moving through a series of ladder-shaped markers arranged on the ground in various patterns. These drills are designed to improve an athlete's agility, coordination, footwork, and overall athletic performance. Some of the benefits of ladder drills include improved footwork and coordination. Agility ladder drills require precise footwork and coordination, which can help athletes improve their balance and overall movement patterns. By performing these drills regularly, athletes can develop better foot speed, quickness, and control. 2. Increased agility and quickness. Agility ladders are designed to challenge an athlete's ability to change direction quickly and efficiently. This can improve agility and quickness, which are important skills for athletes in sports such as baseball, soccer, football, and tennis. 3. Enhance cardiovascular endurance. Agility ladders can also provide cardiovascular workout as they require high level intensity and can increase the athlete's heart rate. By incorporating these drills into a regular training routine, athletes can improve their cardiovascular endurance and overall fitness level. It also depends on time, of course, if it helps the cardiovascular endurance. But given that I was doing this workout for like a good 3 to 4 minutes, it definitely worked a little bit on those aerobic motor, like the aerobic system. 4. Improved body awareness and proprioception. Agility ladder drills require athletes to maintain body awareness and control as they move through the ladder markers. This can improve their proprioception, or the ability to sense the position and movement of their body, which can enhance the overall athletic performance. 5. Versatility and accessibility. Agility ladders can be performed in a variety of settings and require minimal equipment, making them a very versatile and accessible training tool for athletes of all levels. Overall, agility ladders can be an effective training tool for athletes looking to improve their agility, footwork, and overall athletic performance. And so for exercise number 1, you can see me doing forward drills, which are the 3 variations that I did were both feet in each box run, 2 times forward and back. Number 2, straddle squat hops, 2 times forward and back. Number 3, high knees with both feet in each box, 2 times forward and back. And you can see me doing right now some lateral drills, which is my exercise number 2. And so the variations that I did in exercise number 2 are number 1, in and out shuffle bilaterally. And I'm going to be doing that 2 times forwards and back bilaterally, so in total 4 times.
Variation number 2 is going to be 180-degree rotations bilaterally, and I'm going to be doing this 2 times forward and back bilaterally. I had a little bit of trouble doing these just because they were a bit complex for the brain. And then variation number 3 are going to be 2 in and 2 out, being laterally faced, and I'm going to be doing these as well 2 times forwards and back bilaterally. And so it's very useful and very exceptional way to get that workout in and be able to really be agile in this way. You can see me working on that in and out shuffle right now, but in the upcoming exercise modality, I can go ahead and start talking about that now, which is going to be closed agility drills with cones. And so closed agility drills involve moving around a series of cones or markers arranged in a specific pattern. These drills are pre-planned and provide a structured environment for athletes to practice their footwork and movement patterns. Closed drills focus on improving specific skills such as acceleration, deceleration, and change of direction in a controlled setting. That is the main difference between closed and open, and we'll be doing open pretty soon. But the closed specifically is pre-planned, and you do the same thing for the given amount of time. And so this first exercise that you can see me performing is going to be exercise number 1, which is Z drill. The Z drill is a type of closed agility drill commonly used in sports training to improve an athlete's agility, footwork, and change of direction. It involves moving through a series of cones arranged in a Z pattern on the ground. In other words, a square. So it's a square and a Z. It's pretty funny that it's called the Z, though, because you're moving in a Z pattern. To perform the Z drill, athletes start at the bottom of the Z, running to the first cone, then to the second one, and then to the third cone, with the variations given in the instructions. From there, the athletes run forward to the next cone and repeat the movements until then they reset the movement. So they go back to the bottom of the Z. And usually this is performed with multiple people, so it is able to be done in a line, but whenever it is one person, it looks a bit more awkward, which is fine. The Z drill is designed to challenge an athlete's ability to change direction quickly and efficiently while maintaining proper form and technique. It can help an athlete improve their footwork, acceleration, deceleration, and change of direction, all of which are important skills in sports such as basketball, soccer, football, and tennis. And so you can see us doing the 3 different variations, which the first one, which I performed, was a shuffle, sprint, shuffle. And we're going to be doing this for a minute, and then the sprint, 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 while pivoting at the cones, which Lynn performed, and you saw me coaching her, and you did that for a minute. And then variation number 3 was sprint, shuffle, sprint, which you can see me performing right there, right now. Sometimes it can be a little mentally challenging, even though it is a closed agility drill, so it is a quite, loads easier than an open agility drill on the brain. But it is important to get a good active rest while you are walking from that last cone to the first to go ahead and repeat the movement. Typically, like I said, there would be a line of people waiting, but in this way, you're able to just continue that movement with the active rest and just walk through instead of around, which traditionally, if someone was going through it, you wouldn't want to just walk through their exercise. And now I'm going to be going into the cone alley, which is 6 cones alternating right now. So exercise number 2 is going to be cone alley with 6 cones alternating. Cone alley is another type of closed agility drill that is commonly used in sports training to improve an athlete's footwork, agility, and change of direction. It involves running through a series of cones arranged in a straight line, with the cones placed close together to create a narrow, quote-unquote, alley. To perform the cone alley drill, athletes start at one end of the alley and run forward while they weave from one to the other.
The focus is on maintaining proper form and technique while moving quickly and efficiently through the narrow space between the cones. Once an athlete reaches the end of the alley, they turn around and go back to the beginning cone, taking that active rest. And so the cone alley drill is designed to challenge an athlete's ability to make quick and precise movements within a confined space, which can improve their footwork, coordination, and agility. It can also help athletes develop the ability to change direction quickly and efficiently, which is an important skill in sports like basketball, soccer, and football. And so you can see us doing all 3 different variations, which were sprint to each cone. Then for the second variation, sprint, then backtrack. And then for the third variation, which you can see me doing now, which you will be seeing Lynn do soon. Right now I'm doing the sprint, then backtrack. But Lynn will be doing the backtrack to each cone. And all of these are very adept at being able to train someone in agility while having that be closed and just set as a variation before you even go into the exercise. It is very useful for that agility. And me and Lynn thoroughly enjoyed doing this as a little practice and getting out in the open fields. Sometimes while we are doing these exercises, you will be seeing the ROTC or Air Force, I'm not sure which of the groups, but some mainly male-dominated army type thing running around the court. I'm not sure if it's in this video that they start running around or one of the next, but while we were doing this, they were running around the field and running around the court, and they had a few tents set up in the middle. It was quite fun to watch. We're definitely here sharing the field. But now, pretty soon, I'll be going into my next modality, which is going to be open agility drills with cones. And so open agility drills, on the other hand, are less structured and a lot more unpredictable. These drills often involve reacting to visual or auditory cues and making decisions on the fly. Open drills focus on 1, improving decision skills. Open agility drills require the athletes to react quickly to the changing situations and make decisions on the fly. This can help an athlete improve their ability to read the game, anticipate opponents' movements, and make strategic decisions in the real game. 2, increases reaction time, and open agility drills often involve reacting to visual or auditory cues, which can help athletes develop faster reaction times. This can be especially beneficial in sports that require quick reflexes, such as basketball, soccer, and football. 3, enhances coordination and balance. Open agility drills often involve complex movements that require a high level of coordination and balance. Practicing these drills regularly can help athletes develop better body control, which can translate to improved performance on the field or court. 4, improve speed and agility. Open agility drills typically involve rapid changes of direction and explosive movements, which can help an athlete's speed and agility. This is especially beneficial in lots of different sports. 5, increases cardiovascular endurance. Especially whenever you're doing many of these drills back to back, like I did in this day. You're definitely involving a bit more aerobic than you would typically do in a sprint exercise. So in this first exercise you see us doing, it is going to be 4 cone sprints with directions given. And 3, so
2,
this square cone drill is a popular exercise designed to improve the athlete's agility, coordination, and quickness. In this drill, the cones are arranged in a square pattern with an athlete positioned in the center of the cones. Under the guidance of a coach, the athlete is given the specific directions to move to cones based on auditory cues, visual cues, or a combination of both, depending on the variation given. These cues can be in the form of verbal commands, pointing, or a combination of both, with one being live at the same time, or at one time. challenging the athlete's reaction time, decision-making abilities, and spatial awareness. This drill is designed to make athletes change directions quickly while maintaining proper form and technique as they move from cone to cone, making it a really effective way to improve footwork and overall agility.
10 seconds.
This can be additionally modified by
4,
changing the different
3,
specific skills
2,
such as pivoting, backpedaling,
1.
and lateral movements, making it an exceptionally versatile exercise suitable for any athlete. So the 3 variations given that you can see us performing here, each for a minute, are going to be directions given through pointing, directions, and I'll be doing this one for a minute, then on the second variation, directions given through voicing the assigned color, and I'll be doing that for a minute as well. And then the third variation, which has 2 different exercises, pretty much, it's almost 4 different variations, but not
20 seconds.
Is contrasting directions given through voice and pointing, with only one being alive at a time. So I'm going to be doing first 1 minute for voice, and then 1 minute for pointing. And
5,
so you can see me here doing
4,
that 1 minute
3,
for pointing. And then we'll be going into that
1.
next exercise, which is open agility drills with cones. The second exercise is 1 central cone and 3 forward outside cones with directions given. Agility drills are an essential part of athletic training. So the fan cone drill, which is kind of the title of this, the made-up word, but it's 1 central cone with 3 outside cones, is a dynamic exercise, a dynamic open agility exercise designed to challenge the athlete's agility, footwork, spatial awareness, and cognitive abilities. This drill involves arranging the cones in that fanned out pattern with 3 cones dispersed in an arched line and 1 cone separated behind them. And so, under the guidance of a coach, the athlete is given directions to move to specific cones based on various cues, and this is including verbal commands, pointing, or a combination of both, with only one being live at a time. These cues require the athlete to react quickly and decisively, challenging both their reaction time and decision-making ability. And so the 3 variations that are included in this exercise are going to be, number 1, directions given through voicing the assigned color, and I'll be doing this for 1 minute. And you can, whenever I have one where it's voicing the assigned thing, I will always have the auditory available. So right now you should be hearing Lynn tell me where to go on this fanned out pattern. And then number 2, contrasting directions given through voice and pointing, with only one being live at a time.
Woo!
And so during this one, you will also see me doing both while saying, and she should only be listening to my voice, not where I point. And so I'll be doing this 1 minute for voice being live, and then 1 minute for pointing being live. And then variation number 3 is going to be just directions given through pointing. And so these are all 3 excellent examples of just open agility drills. So you're able to just truly be able to trust your mind more whenever you're in that active moment of having to decide, okay, specifically in soccer, you could use the example of
10 seconds.
Okay, someone's coming at me with a ball and I don't know whether or not I should go for it if my
3,
partner has them
2,
and I should go out
1.
into the open to be ready for a pass. Specifically, things like that are when drills like this become incredibly useful, so that you can trust your mind more to make those split moment decisions and be able to just fully trust in those moments that you know what to do and you have trained for this and you're ready for the moments in real time and real sports that you need to use your mind, and that you haven't only just trained your strength. You haven't only just gone to the gym and worked out with weights, but rather you've done these agility trainings that not only worked out your body,
20 seconds.
but it worked out your mind. So you're able and prepared and ready for those game days, and ready for those like maybe tournament days where you're working all day nonstop, and you're ready for all of those opportunities. And so now after this, I'm going to be going into my cool down. So you'll be seeing me doing an outdoor walk for 4 minutes. And so we tried to be nice and ingenuitive, and we utilized our walk back to my car after filming all of these. And that was our 4-minute walk back home. And so the purpose of a cool down like really helps promote that recovery. And so we were actively doing that whenever we are getting done filming. We're actively recovering. And so a proper cool down is a crucial part of any exercise routine, as it helps to transition the body from a state of very high intensity, like sprints, like what we were just doing, to a state of rest and recovery, which is what we'll be doing whenever we get into the car and whenever we get home. The benefits of a cool down include: 1, promoting recovery. A cool down helps to gradually reduce heart rate, breathing rate, and body temperature, which can help reduce muscle soreness and promote faster recovery after exercise. This is partially due to like the lactate threshold thing, but generally it helps promote recovery. Number 2, reducing the risk of injury. Cooling down after an exercise can help reduce the risk of injury by allowing the body to gradually return to a resting state, which helps prevent blood from pooling in the legs and decreases the risk of fainting and dizziness. 3, improving flexibility. Typically, whenever you're doing your cool down, you're stretching a lot, and so stretching during cool down can help improve flexibility and range of motion in the joints, which can help reduce the risk of injury and improve overall athletic performance. And since you're not doing those static stretches before an exercise because it isn't beneficial, doing them after an exercise not only helps you cool down, but it helps you promote that flexibility, which is just generally so beneficial for anyone wanting to do a cool down. And then number 4, promoting mental relaxation. A cool down can provide a mental break after a strenuous workout, promoting a sense of relaxation and calmness. And so the cool down that I'm performing here starts with an outdoor walk for 4 minutes, which I'm about to conclude here just in about a minute. And then it continues on to number 2, which is going to be forward and backwards leg swings, which is going to be done for 30 seconds each bilaterally, so a minute total. Then number 3, a lunge walk with a thoracic twist. So I'm going to be doing this for a minute back and forth, twisting towards that leading leg. And then number 4, a seated lean back for 30 seconds. So just really stretching those arms back and getting a nice and good stretch in so that you can really stretch out those shoulders. Then number 5, a behind the neck stretch, 30 seconds. And so I'm going to be doing that 30 seconds total, but 15 seconds each bilaterally. And then for number 6, it's going to be a cross arm in front of the chest stretch, which I'm going to be doing for 30 seconds each bilaterally. And then number 7 is going to be sitting with your toes touching your toes with your hands, with your feet dorsiflexed, and you'll be doing that for 30 seconds. And then number 8, you'll be sitting on a toe touch with your feet plantar flexed, and you'll be doing this for 30 seconds as well. And then number 9, you'll be performing a straddle stretch with your arms stretched out to each toe and just leaning forward, getting that good stretch in, and you'll be doing that, holding for 30 seconds. And then finally, your last one is going to be another straddle, but instead of leaning forward, touching both toes, you'll be leaning towards one leg and holding your foot. And you'll be doing this for 15 seconds each, bilaterally towards each foot. And so that is my cool down. And so just one more time, I'm going to go through my entire workout, my entire video assignment, just so you can get that general rundown of all of what this exercise was about. While I perform my cool down in the video, I'll go ahead and do that and talk about it for you. So, warm-up segment. Warm-up 1. General warm-up exercises and activities. 2 minutes of jump rope. 2 minutes of an outdoor walk. 2 minutes of walking up and downhill. 2. Specific warm-up exercises and activities. Deep lunge walks for a minute. Lunge twists for a minute. Butt kicks for a minute. And pogo jumps for 3 sets of 15 seconds. Main program segment. Exercise modality number 1. Quickness reaction drills with a partner. Exercise number 1. Reactive changing direction drill at the command of a partner. Backpedaling to sprinting. 2. Sprinting to sprinting. 3. Shuffling. Exercise number 2. Reactive varying speed drill. Calling out speeds 1 to 3, 3 being the fastest and 1 being a jog. Variation 1. Call out in order of 1, 2, 3 on repeat for a minute. 2. Call out in order of 3, 2, 1 on repeat for a minute. 3. Call out in random order for a minute. Exercise modality number 2. Lower body plyometrics with or without equipment. Exercise number 1. Bounds. Skip for a minute. Backward skip for a minute. And side skip for a minute. Exercise number 2. Multiple hops and jumps. Double leg hop, 1 minute with 5-second rest in between. 2. Single leg hop with 1 minute for 1 minute with 5-second rest in between. 3. Double leg zigzag hop for 1 minute with 5-second rest in between. Exercise modality number 3. Resisted sprint exercises. Exercise number 1. Incline for acceleration. Start in forward sprint position, doing it 3 times up the hill. Start in backward position 3 times up the hill. Start in prone lying position 3 times up the hill. Then exercise number 2, partner resisted band sprints with all of the same variations as the previous exercise. Then exercise number 4, agility ladder drills. Exercise 1, forward drills, both feet in each box run. Straddles, squats, hops. High knees with both feet in each box. Then exercise number 2, lateral drills, in and out shuffle bilaterally, 180-degree rotations bilaterally, and 2 in and 2 out laterally faced. Then exercise number 5, closed agility drills with cones. Shuffle, sprint, shuffle for a minute. Sprint, sprint, sprint for a minute. Sprint, shuffle, sprint for a minute. Exercise number 2, cone alley. 6 cones alternating. Starting with sprinting to each one, then sprinting to backtracking, then backtracking to each one. Each of those being done for a minute each. Then exercise modality number 6, open agility drills with cones. Exercise 1, 4 cone sprints with directions given. Variation through 1 through 3, directions given through pointing for a minute. 2, directions are given through voicing assigned color for a minute. 3, contrasting directions given through voicing and pointing with only 1 being live at a time, 1 minute for each. Exercise number 2 being 1 central cone with 3 forward outside cones with directions given. 3 variations. Variation 1, directions are given through voicing assigned color for a minute. 2, contrasting directions given through voicing and pointing, only 1 being live at a time. So 1 minute for each. And then variation 3, directions given through pointing for a minute. And then cool down is going to be outdoor walk for 4 minutes, forward backward leg swings 30 seconds each bilaterally, lunge walk with thoracic twist 1 minute back and forth, seated lean back for 30 seconds, behind neck stretch for 15 seconds bilaterally, cross arm stretch in front of chest 30 seconds each bilaterally, sitting toe touch with feet dorsiflexed, then plantar flex for 30 seconds each, then straddle for 30 seconds, and then we'll be going into a straddle leaning towards each leg, holding foot for 15 seconds each bilaterally. This has been Samantha Carden talking and performing video assignment number 2. This has been an amazing semester. Y'all have an amazing night, and it has been a pleasure having class with you.